Hello, people them. We gladly we don't come today. Very, very beautiful day. We thank God that the Christmas all they cancel. Papa God make money in end up with that. We don't come again, important topic. Of course, will be we lead host. The Farima, it run behind. It pick 2-3 things about now studio. And English attorney Shilon, Mohammed Shilon. Mr. I want to let you tell our to the people down here today, open up as we wait for Madam. Back to you, sir.
Hello. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, anywhere on the dinner the wall. This is Mr. Shilon coming to now from the United States. As usual, we just want for do a regular broadcast. We usually call for contribution of ideas from people all around the world, particularly Sierra Leoneans. They make with a broadcast this thing in Creole when we lingua back in Sierra Leone. But for those, because I don't get some Nigerian friends, then we just say, then they call Creole pigeons. So I strongly encourage them for calling in. If they get any idea, they can call in and speak pidgin. What they call the pidgin are their own Creole, but understandable. Or then people are not restricted to calling and asking questions in Creole, because I've had Gambians who said they follow the show. I asked them if they understand Creole. They say most of it. So I strongly encourage them too to call in English and talk, because we all want to do the show with the talk English, so they can call and ask them, make the observation in English. We go try to respond as best as we can to the larger audience. But that said, I hope at the end of the day, as usual, we all go throw in the little and nothing ideas we'll get, and we will call to attention some of the things that we would think say the country need for do and improve and straighten out and make the place a better place, which is what we on this show, the Tribe for, would suggest. I can speak for myself because I get capable co-host them. May not get any party affiliation, because Sierra Leone is bigger than any political party. I don't get any hidden agenda. Nor am I looking for any remuneration. So I don't want anything back in return. But if I can contribute my own little idea based upon which middle land America, and I know say we need most of it, if they can take small number, or they can, the one that will get the power, if they can listen to some of the ideas them, I think the country could be a better place, because we all got for think past we safe. For say we, all of us, have limited time on this earth. At some point, we'll be gone. But if we build on the foundation our forefathers and their left, if we build on it, the succeeding generation go build on that too. What you will left, that's what progress is all about. Unfortunately, with the struggle for still get we feet firm on the ground for even make a movement. But that said, that's how we see it, or that's how I see Sierra Leone. I don't see Sierra Leone in the lens of APC, and I see Sierra Leone in the lens of Slpp, and I see Sierra Leone in the lens of GNC, and I see Sierra Leone in the lens of Minde, and I see Sierra Leone in the lens of Creole, and I see Sierra Leone in the lens of any such thing. All I know fundamentally, me as Sierra Leonean, when people they meet me, then they ask me, when people they see me for the first time, they ask me, then they say, you have an accent, where are you from? They don't say, what tribe are you from? They say, where am I from? They want to know my country. So when I tell them, nobody even follow it up with any subsequent question or backup question like, which tribe you belong? People who care less. The world cares less about the tribe that the country they care about. So let we all try to promote Salone. Let we stop for being hypocritical. Oh, with the dance, Salone, that we're all young. People in the dance all in chin and day. But I don't think people can believe in their heart that Sierra Leone we're all young. People can believe in their heart that Sierra Leone and some people in young. Not to we all young. Some of we for those day on the sidelines they observe. But until we come to that common sense approach there, for let world contribute, and everybody gets something for contribute, no question about it. So it's just a matter of what we intend for do, what I want for play role. Even when you go watch football game, where you then at the sidelines, you still useful because when the ball go out of line, you can pick out your hand, you throw into the referee or do something. So there's a lot of things. But if the ball come at your hand, you throw over the fence, you're obstructing. In fact, you're not going to business for day. So we were to look Salone in a narrow lens, of whose district you come out, whose province you come out, whose tribe you come out. I can challenge you, say, you just not care about the country. In fact, you just not know what you depend. So you get for begin forget you bearing in order, for begin look at yourself as number one, Sierra Leonean, and then number two, anything else where you make number two. For now, I pass you back to Mr. Kutubu.
Thank you. As a matter of fact, we did ask if viewers for letting share with number day M18866 where the toll free, the WhatsApp, and all them to do for let share. And I could say very shortly, host Madam Fadima de John Virtual. Mr. Salone, we see the whole election free. I mean, as Salone, Slpp the whole election. But what you want to go back to the studio, let them give we then videos, then we come. Let allow them, let them play them videos and let all listen to them video, not see them. So we'll not play all them videos. Come forgive you and waiting at and waiting at the advice guys and at the studio for begin play videos for we.
as soon as they see so now na both district party office today, they call like say no more na coach pap. Na national election don't happen so na Freetown. When I see the district party office, both regional and district na the south, and we party office so they quiet like say no more na bury the day. And I be already be you dey campaign say this trip here, you dey campaign say you dey blow you know blow the commode. And we don't talk about anybody where affects for matters and who they affect, including yourself. So already be on a board office so you see how they empty, how they quiet, how they collect and very you get. One national conventions and I don't go happen. Look with party office so both the streets and the southern region. You see how they quiet? So might be your pack money bill. The one way you the thief for a packer. 2023 or 24, if they can pay the whole you know blood they commodity. And we know the friend that we don't die before you the kind of power. Because the intimidation where APC give we, you don't do self. You see, number party office so let's say now where you get.
Say hello Slpp party and to the general policy populace. Me na Ishmael Bio, as I already know, the campaign team for Fatima Salone. You see the election place all side cold because the election don't rig and women don't all there with cry. Fatima Bio and Iman Madabio, the team up Fatima about this party. Remember for the next coming 5 years, we know your motoka, and we team up APC win. All of our property the APC the seize. I would go for APC now. We have all of the APC go see. We have one Fatima. APC why Fatima the Jolo Sawane? Why Fatima Bio the Jolo Sawane? Madabio you bless you. Fatima don't stop the party. Fatima, we tell you thank you. But Fatima, one thing what we believe we're not Christian. Some man all in God inside bag. Some man gets in God now in ways. But we they serve the living God. Where they move from in throne. Fatima is saying you not combra. Fatima for suck the two breasts then. You allow le one breast suck. Madabio, now we put you inside. But today like today because of power. But we don't go yeah. APC get beaucoup candidates here. APC get beaucoup candidates here. We there with APC. We there with APC. Fatima Bio. Life with Fatima Bio, yeah. As I can see the old places, outside cold, not like Jesus we get. Election happening here today. Under the Slpp umbrella. The Women's National Election today. All the place cold, women are not glad. So crying at the place. Fatima Bio don't put the party. And APC come back to power 2023. Because they could already win the election. Fatima Bio not to the APC. If we make the election go free and fair, if we make the election go transfer, SLP the top of corruption. SLP the top of corruption. Look the kind of money Fatima Bio count. Each one delegate, now 25 million Fatima Bio get. People that see delegate they see. Delegate they see. Fatima Bio na APC. They get for campaign for Emmanuel. They get for campaign for Emmanuel. Some of you like to self again. On a to life again. Madame Bio, you Fatima the police party. You Fatima Bio the police party. Fatima na APC. Fatima kana SLP. Fatima Bio APC jaga pa SLP.
Miss Salone family on a morning, oh, how now they do this morning? Today, the 4th of December 2021, and the time now 10:59 a.m., 10:59 a morning, U.S. Eastern Standard Time, Texas time. No wake again, another beautiful day, another beautiful day. In all things, what they do, they say, forgive the Almighty in your praise, and we tell and thank you for another chance for them to make things right in our life. I want talk on issue today where they go on a social media, and this is what they address that to be first lady, Madam Fatima Jabibio. This one is for you, ma'am. I mean, I'm Fatima again, and this is disturbing. All waiting they go on the social media, it is embarrassing. I don't know if you the shame, but me I the shame for you. I the shame for my president. And I know say beaucoup people then they feel the same way. Your behavior is unacceptable as a first lady. But then you be don't talk, say nobody not give you playbook out for be a first lady. A very honorable woman, Madam Cassandra Gaba, we don't live long, you know, it's beaucoup rest. It don't dey now with environment, it don't dey now with society, it don't dey inside the. It try for mentor you as a woman, how for comport yourself when you dey in a certain positions. Some people they come at them, they attack and say na create na this, na this, na that. But the woman, if not posting them, we been good where they around you. Therefore, advice you say, go mix that mammy, let it talk to you, let it show you how decent woman they behave. It is one thing to be a confident, strong woman, but it is one thing to be an arrogant, self-centered, narcissistic woman. We're destructive because that's what you're doing. You're self-destroying, and you don't destroy your husband. You're bringing your husband down. At a shame for President Bio. At a shame. At a shame. At a shame for the president. You don't distract the president from doing the work of the people. This is all about self-centered you. All what him do up in a Kailahun. Una come back, una do election. You candidates win what you want. Whatever it is, they accusing you of bribery, paying money, $2,000 per candidate, per delegate. All done day, you don't win. You go back, you dance like that school bikini. You go back, you dance. You say we talk, we do. You make like who that's no. I mean, your positions don't allow you to do certain things. Even if you jubilate her with class and decency. Make her with class and decency. But there's no class, there's no decency in what you do, my darling. I'm sorry to say, my little sister, but it is not. Then you go back now White House, now State House. Una go present the first lady. The president tell you, say, no for air your dirty laundry at outside. You say you man say, let you left for answer. But then you go back again. You go set more fire. You go instigate some. Because you know what a narcissist does? It point everybody, now everybody in false, but in your own, it puts the attention. You act, you were on the stage acting, but that's the performance. I give you the Emmy for acting because that's a class 1 where you do so. You say you give all your security there. Will not even make sense to the one that way they think. You they make forget sympathy from people them. Instead of, you don't even get the decency, say, you know what? I'm sorry for all waiting don't happen. Let we unite, let make, but it's all about Fatima. I've said it before. You're a narcissist. That's a narcissistic characteristic. I'm diagnosing you from afar, my love. You get for go back and do some soul searching because you don't put the nail on the coffin for divide on a party for make you president, no win second term. Una get for fight and work very hard. You just sell and put some and offer the president to the opposition. Madam First Lady Fatima Bio, you got to check yourself, my sister. Go inside yourself and check yourself. Because you get one thing where you've been talking, I always remember that, and I've all sounded that word out. You say when you see you so, when you ready for do something, nobody, any thought or anything you want to do, nobody not going to stop you. When you do and done, then you worry about the consequence later. That's a bad characteristic of mortal man. Mortal man forget somebody will say, you know what, in I want to do this, but cousin, now where you talk, sister, now where you talk, brother, now where you talk, forsake you. I'm not gonna do it again. Forsake you, man. Set you mouth. Forsake the honor where the man put by you. Set you mouth. Respect the office of the first lady. Respect the office of the president. You go back for let you acknowledge what you do. For let you say, I am sorry for the behavior. But whatever it is, you make them fine. I can tell you, say good talk now in the pool color. You know, sabi talk. You must now, you enemy. The tongue, quick, blah, blah, blah. Now you forget the last word. Nobody don't for talk about Fatima. Fatima, now you forget the last word of everything. So the people that when they clean you, sus, then they talk about you now, then they curse you, then they disrespect you. You the cry said that they curse you. You the cry said that they curse you, mama. If your mama they alive, something the way you do, you the afraid because of your mama. You the remember say your mama they, you know, they do something. If you respect you, mama. That's a respect. What children do, they say, you know what? I'm afraid for them. The voice of our mothers and in our ears. When we've been young, we've been confused in our life. Something they know they do. But now when you don't get sense, when you don't heal from your confusion or you lost when you be lost in our life, you don't listen, your mama voice there inside your ears. Tell we don't mix on a 58 year also. Something they want to do. I say, my mama go die if I do this. My mama go just die and the shame go kill him. You think about who say you come out. You think about your mother is alive. For let every
Shilon, yeah, elections, the euphoria, whatever, but then we will look depth about this. Whether nothing that way go help, you know, this process go divide the people there more and more. Hey, Madam Fadima, in your take, oh, give we on and on this side.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kutubo. My position when it comes to the First Lady of Sierra Leone, I have to be very careful because personally, I don't have per se any animosity towards her in terms of anything other than the way she conducts herself. Because like Miss Fadima in Odiose, Mrs. Cassandra Gaba, who is about 95 years old, one of the institutions then in that country there, and still get of very sound mind, had tried to rein her in. And Miss Fadima in Odiose wish the First Lady beget people them who before create a dialogue with Miss Gaba, get a meeting with them for make the First Lady know how sometimes humility pays. Creoman say if you yams white coveram, how it good for be humble sometimes. Now, but she just looked at it strictly with based on the unfortunate advice by certain people them who see nothing of late any other way but one tribe against another. Because Mrs. Cassandra Gabana, Creole woman, there are people who say Creole Mami, they try to give advice. In fact, they even try to put the woman down. Well, we all know, say, the one who feel that way, they just not get love for the country. Then, in fact, they may not even have any class, because if they do, when you begin get some objection or opposition from certain people in the society, you for stop and think twice. Now, with respect to what happened at Kailahun, now Kailahun is a special place to me because I grew up in Kailahun district. I grew up now Upper Bambara Chiefdom. I know the place, I know the culture. You know? Now Kailahun, this is I left when I come America directly. Or even though I'm a Freetown boy, I can always try to remind people them. So then find one of me great pride them in my life that I was able to grow up upline and see how the other side of the country looks. So waiting happen at Kailahun, let's put aside who that right, who that wrong. But when the first lady, when they don't win, it don't get in way like Miss Fadima say, there should be some humility in victory. You know, the thrill of victory, you have to have control over that. You can't just go. I mean, to me, I just cannot get over the first lady engaging in the kind of dance we will see at the dance because the person win the support win. I don't know if that is a good portrayal of the first lady. I don't think so. You know, then when first lady the pull in tongue like small picking, that sound like elementary school kind of behavior, where young picking in a school can do that to the company or to somebody with a, like you would think where you don't rise to the level of first lady, you don't have to grow that kind of immaturity there a long time. And also what Miss Fadima say makes sense because there is a certain conduct of certain people where if I see a woman out there, when an ordinary woman they walk the street, it dance and pull in tongue like the first lady do, most people will care less. But when the first lady engage in that kind of a behavior, it becomes news. So all of them children they're troubling. Now I too will get to the point where he give a speech where he talk about how the victim. But we will see where the major accusation was never addressed, because she was being accused of having bribed the delegates them to the tune of $2,500 US or 25 million neons for every prospective delegate. Where I now see the first lady address that. I don't see it categorically deny that. I don't see it take issue with the accusation. Instead, it skip over to the maltreatment we get, the endangerment of in life, and in support of them, which I know the president and his security team must have taken into account. So I'm not sure if there was any degree of the first lady being in danger. In fact, we will wish nothing happened to her because it could just throw the country into another situation where nobody is looking forward to. So whether I would like a first lady or not, we wish her good security, we wish her all the best. But I will hope that it will just tune down, and don't argue, say, because I don't see a video of her where he say, in the Slpp before he married Mother Bio. Well, I don't know that to be a fact. It may be true, it may not be true. And she claimed that just because she's married to the president should not stop her from exercising her right as a supporter. She may be right if it is true. But we get to balance all of that. But all of this, as disgusted as we may be, let's don't forget that this is now one of the worst time of the country. Because we are disgusted with President Bio and the government, but English man then get a word then called viable. If Bio loses, what are the viable alternative? Would I go do better? So anytime when I get disgusted with them, when I also not forget for Tinko, for say, we still the struggle for fend somebody way for take over, and that's what the country needs. I'm all in favor of him losing because I think he don't fall below expectation. I think a lot of things will go wrong at the country. I think he not manage the country well. I think he not get a great team. I think in team they're not a guide them right, you know. But if I lose just for we for go back to the same old, I'm not in favor of it. So when so that would just balance our position, objection, you know. And again, I'm not supporting any particular party. Me as Sierra Leonean, that's all I am. But what I don't see so, and I repeat it all the time. There are two parties in that country who are one and the same, and there are two sides of the same coin. So if you think so, what that coin today on head, the money get the coin get more value than where they on tail, then you need to go and check that out again. So, but everything condemnable about the conduct of the First Lady, I'm in favor, because she's not conducting herself. She's making with the rest of we can't be too proud, you know. And we want to be proud of a First Lady, regardless of whether we support the person, a man or not. But so I hope we see some indication in the openly say a man say if for stop for respond to certain accusations them, but she said things before where you say no go do, then next thing you know it do them. So then I made a comment with respect to the First Lady, the Kailahun incident. The Kailahun incident, I mean, it is what it is, you know.
No, we don't done with the Kailahun now. We don't kind of free to. Mr. Shilon. Are we live?
Yeah.
Okay, we don't come on at the Kailahun, we don't kind of Freetown, right? He
Yes.
say a man say president a man say not for talking to public again, not for do this, not for do that. But right there, if you
I
watch
think we want to play that video there before we comment on that. I think that
Okay.
I don't know if I don't know, but go ahead. I just want to.
because right there, because when they play the video for the people and see them, right there, it don't disrespect the husband again because the husband say no for respond. That's why the husband came back and counter and say, not to all thing you for talk na public. You know for here you dirty laundry na door. The husband caution him because he say, Mr. President, sir, I get for talk. Like we small picking, don't do something wrong, not acknowledging wrong, but yet they try to find favor in a husband. That's a behavior. But let not jump. Let we go to the tape first. Let we begin. When we begin the tape, when I don't done the tape, me go put me on one inside it. But to me, a man don't tell and say, he say a man don't tell him. Then another thing of the tape, but I say let me go first to the tape because I'm putting of my observation of that video there, that display there when they display na state house, all the kind of thing, and waiting, especially waiting Mrs. Fatima Bill say that Dande me one campaign because it is not good for her and we're not going to push her under the rug. The people that will be there near her, the people that will be the support SLPP, they be the see her, they know they talk. Now, it just start like when you get you picking, men are now old school, where it go na treat, you go for go disgrace you want correct the mistake. But me can say it's never too late for anything once you get life. It's never too late for anything in a life. It can fix himself, it can turn himself, it can get help because he really don't become an albatross, trust the people in the neck. He really don't become a salt on me. They stick out too much. And to me, it is embarrassing to her. It is embarrassing to the president. It is embarrassing to the people of Sierra Leone. She is very condescending, not even care about the people. And it's all about what he wants. That is the personality of a narcissist that she displays in everything that she does. And that is what we be the see long term, what we be the talk long term. Now the SLPP people in the talk, from family members to party members, from the one in the street to all the way to the one that went a big senior then at the party, then they talk of that. She is running too wild. She needs to check herself. She needs to fix herself because Salone people it distract with presidents. With presidents get work for do. With people then they suffer. With begin then they suffer. Then they eat think tranga. how will they will sit down for joining for say how for make the life of the people better. But yet with a soap opera, with a reality show, Fatima is still in the show. Fatima is the best actress for the Emmy Award when we go get to them because they take the attention. Parliament's day right now. Then they can try for make budget for pass budget, whether for deal with we what they call the attention all long commodity. Fatima don't take the spotlight of everybody. No, it should not be like that. She has to tone down. And then Mami Gaba will try for tell her. But the one they wedding there, they don't advise them. Say, hey, madam, stop. It is okay, but stop. But I not take la go. Una go come back to that. They like you a chance.
Technical team una one more video then.
They say because they vote for our foray. But the same people that say then I say Bibi. And we say we they lead a democratic party. I want to bring her to your attention. When we go to Kailahun, what in them do, I don't need for talking. But something that will happen where I need for bring to your attention, sir. Even though you not like me, I am still the First Lady of the Republic of Salone. Are they inside a hall with over 200 women them? They hot the lights for letting go endanger with life. They hot the lights for we, sir. With the inside a hall, with a call for police and for can help we. They hold the LUC, now one of the bad and within the cell, drinks them. I not go call the person the name now because I don't need for call them, but I believe say they know. They did that to us. Do ya? Oh, we they go bo? We they ask for security for we safe. We they ask because me na the last person we come out inside the hall na Kailahun. I refuse for left because I don't want one woman we call himself SLPP for make them hotter. I stayed with the women, whether they support our foray or not. I stayed with them. And make sure say, I know they ask you which camp you did. I just they tell you, enter inside any bus and let us run. Enter inside any bus and make sure say every single woman come out inside Kailahun. I left Kailahun at almost 4 a.m. On my way, I don't go there, I dey go to what's Kenema. I get a woman and call me say we don't broke down, we didn't near Daru. I stopped my convoy and remove all my security there inside motorcar. I tell the security they say una go, no una go take the woman, then they una make sure say nothing not happen to them. Mr. President, that's not the job of the First Lady. That is the job of the securities. But the securities, they abandon us. And they ask us. In fact, you get people that when are ministers and they tell the policeman, they say, this is not party business, let them not interfere. And the police then listen to them. Then they look me in the eye as the First Lady. And they humiliate me. But you know what? For me, any cost where you cost me, not blessing. Anything where you say to me, it is well. It is well because if I not be married to Mother Bio, you know they cost me, mama. If I not stand by my husband, you will not insult my mother. My mama not mix none of Sierra Leone politics. He don't eat, he not drink. But then turn on music. Mr. President, it had for be a bang. Make I tell you this, la no lie. But for 1 month, and now you say la no answer nobody in a social media. And I don't give you me promise I know the answer nobody in a social media. Because you get people that when they say they don't threaten them. No. When me man say I don't want, I know they do them. And the reason that one the way you know go ever you remain on social media. But you get people them next to you where they pay but they focus me every day. I sabi the people them back. And I will show you proof, sir. But today we can't present people them where the woman then are they elect. Me now 1 vote I get for the 173 votes where me now 1 vote I get for the 173 votes where how I get. Now 1 vote I get. 172 women then they speak for the SLPP. I not sabi them all. I don't know them by name. But they say they want change. Do ya? May they not punish the woman here because they go take change. Let them allow the woman them. Now them democratic rights. Do ya, sir? Now you know we all will leader. Today, you know my husband. But I see where you sit down before we. And they say this to every woman and anybody where where they come close to me, they know. And they tell them, what do you mean know na politics? When you lead a talk, that should be the gospel. I only want get one philosophy. When Mother Bio speak, it is Mother Bio. I don't question because I'm a leader. And when you believe, say you don't put somebody, say let it be your leader. You get for respect your leader. Our leader is retired Brigadier Julius Mother Bio. They not rent we am. They not borrow at we. Now we leader. Now you let him, you not let him. He is our leader. Accept the fact. Now whatever plan you they plan, let us wait for 2028. 28. And I they say this again. So the one the way they say 2028 now then turn. The only way where SLPP they succeed now where Mother Bio succeed. So let us work for Mother Bio for succeed. And then you go make them easy for Mother Bio. Make where Mother Bio tin up for tell people and say, "Una support SLPP." Let him do that with pride and dignity. Allow him for finish in process. He started a process. This not the man where don't see say woman they will forgo before. This not the man where they pull pain pan the mommy them. This not anybody where member for let you picking better. Now the person will like you. Man when look say you picking and they go give them the right education. Africa we not get bank. Now we picking that we all they depend on. Say where are all me picking go take care of me. Now how you picking go take care of you if you picking not get the right education and the right job? It's not possible. Now this one man, they don't do this for we. Mother Bio practically they do everybody in job in this country. Everybody. We say this, they say Mother Bio. We say that, they say Mother Bio. Even wait them reach for buy water, they say Mother Bio. Everyone waiting. Now in the bank governor. Do you have the big SLPP woman then? When una don't tin up so now una say na our fore. From the one I tell una. And when una have at least 70% of the woman they wasted on here. Una all but tie collar. Now una tie the collar, una bring Hawa to me. And not go to una go campaign una for Hawa. Now una tie collar, una bring Hawa to me. Una say, now the woman this way one day you support. And una remember what I tell una. I said the only way where they support our foray. Now where our foray they give we a work plan as woman then at this party. Now the only way that one day. And I be promised una say in front of we leader. I got for say this. If our foreign not serve we as women's leader, well we don't go that so. Now we back the country you leader. Who they can't tell you so they pull them. Because now we only want to that they serve the woman then. If you cannot serve the woman then, our foreign and my sister, but you know say na the contract and the way we sign. You serve the women of SLPP and then I serve the women of Sierra Leone. Me work they make them difficult for me in this country. Because places then they want no need for go. But hey Papa God, I not gonna help her. I not gonna go help me. I tell God thank you today. I go tin up and say, I don't see woman then a SLPP one no be no say then day. And now, Usa no able reach. If na Bombali, I go call the Bombali women's leader, say go there for me. If na Tonkolili, I go call the Tonkolili women's leader, say go there for me. If na Falaba, if na Konadugu, because Your Excellency, every district in this country, Sidonia right now, every one of them voted for our foray. Every district. So they say na me for hand our foray and Madam Rosamo to you. They say na me for hand them. But no, I know they hand them because every district then every single district make una put una somebody where they lead una make una come before every district from Freetown to Kenema when I then put our foray before to Falaba to Koinadugu to all the Kono outside Bo dear una put one person where they grab for una alone all can line up
Let una take una women's leader. Let una hand them over to His Excellency, we own leader. So let it not be me. Not to me the hand over Hawafore to Madabio. Not to me the hand over Rosamond to Madabio. We only want one person for each place. Please, for each district, we only want one person. UKI, America, each district, send your representative. Let una come, una can hand over una women's leader to Madabio. Because every single district in this country voted for Hawafore. Every councillor, let councillor then send one representative who will get councillor then. Every region, let them come. Be una tinap solo una face una president, let's see una face. Una go down please, let's see una fine. So that you go not say every woman waiting up now they represent a district. So not to me, not to Hawafore, not to me women's leader. Hawafore is the women's leader of the Slpp women. Now every district na dem tinap so. Hawafore, I beg, but you know, today you know me boss, but forgive me why they call me Hawafore. Please tinap yanda. Madam Rosamond, please tinap yanda. Now let the women of Slpp hand you over to the leader of our party, retired Brigadier Julius Madabio. Please, ask the day so. Dear woman then, now this una hand them over to una president. Thank you very much.
Republic of Sierra Leone, the retired Brigadier Dr. Julius Madabio. Give it up for the president. Thank you. One country, one people. Adenaya as leader of the Sierra Leone People's Party. I want to start by congratulating the two ladies, the deputy women's leader and the women's leader for winning a great election. As a leader, my own business, have been for make sure say we provide a level playing field so that the election conducted could be accepted by everybody and it could be credible in the eyes of even the one that they say we're not glad. And I promise you now, and at that I do, we're gonna put locker, I provide a list, and then people then they do a great job. I want to say thank you to IMOC for conducting a very peaceful, clean, and credible election yesterday. Now, so all other elections then for the day. We person win, make you know say he win. We person no win, make you know say may go back to and delegate them. But not for heap fete or for create problem. To be on business and information say we create a level playing field. And we have been talking say I sabi all the contestants then, not in any small measure, but because I know them very, very well. I find it very difficult for make a come openly for campaign for anyone against the other. I therefore make sure say I talk to them all and give them the spirit for me to go out there, the democratic spirit for go out there knowing that they can win or lose and for accept the result. My business was to make sure that that result is credible and we delivered that yesterday. To Rosamond, the deputy, I think for all the time we don't know Rosamond, they contest for different positions, but they lost. They always lost. But
I never see a long immortal in common at this party. You go tell now, you don't contest for several positions there. As a teacher, any SLPP matter you go see and they, and for all the time we meet on the SLPP, now one of the people the way they lose elections until this recent one who now don't decide for compensation. Congratulations. Now for the one day we lost election, they begin create problem. But that make they recognize them. And that is true. Everybody, like I say, including the national women's leader now, he don't do the party for a very long time. And we need for see people the hand where would they put them now the four we want for make them lead with. If you don't study in leadership skills, possibly they just come out any side, he come either with money or plenty talk, they will not elect them. We will do that mistake now this party. And before I forget, I also want to say thank you, Fatmata Bokari, for accepting gracefully that not the SLPP spirit. You wait him up now, not just win. I don't lose, or then be say I lost before I can. But I accept her, and like I have been saying now, sometimes you accept for peace. And for you people then. So I want to say a big thank you for gracefully accepting the fact that you lost the election and come back and take part in this particular ceremony. I want to say a big thank you to all the women then. Not true. How we have been talking say made a woman then get a separate wing. I see grab. Not that hall. He said, no. You see the one for Puri. The one for Puri. I'm happy that he said the talker now. But I say, how are you not the members say, when I need for choosing your own leader? When they choose a women's leader, 80% of the delegates then amend them. Today, when I don't get the freedom, when I don't get the space, when I don't elect your own leader, when I need for provide support for that leadership for make you succeed. And the women's wing is supposed to be a very powerful wing of any party when it is organized and properly led. Today you have the opportunity, when I don't get the opportunity for choosing my own leader, when I will create a council around them, and when I need for giving the support for me to able provide that leadership necessary for make when I continue for function as a very big part of the Sierra Leone People's Party. For me, it's a big achievement. It's a shame we're not able to complete an Kailahun, but we don't can. But Madam First Lady, I will say, may we wash with dirty linens in-house. A lot of problems they happen. I cannot stand here and talk about them. I know them. I've not been there inside the hall, but I follow through on that one and day. A hallmark of leadership now for take your issues and deal with them at the right point. We will snap now when they talk to the whole world today. And some of the things we say will be used against us. And you cannot, because they are authoritatively coming from us. So there are times when it's necessary for say certain things and you for know who say you for say them. That I don't want to dwell on Kailahun. We correct the mistakes in Kailahun. This is not politics. Everybody get right for belong who say I want for belong. And not the use of violence and the other things then. I'll be totally there against that. And we make arrangements yesterday for make sure, especially when our women's wing, we don't get that kind of situation in there. So, not that we sleep, but I'm not alone. What I don't do is, because of poor management of your own party, me get for come out as head of state every now and then for go govern the party day to day. Day to day. I wish the national leadership did function very well. It is not my business to do the day-to-day running, but for provide political leadership, strategic leadership for the party. But I therefore virtually attend every meeting for make years not commodity. So we need to rise up to the occasion as a party. We are 70 years old. I keep reminding everybody. We not for the compare we serve. We know the near the other party them. So for me, today, now a big day for come present on our leadership, the very first leadership, just fully elected by just women. Just women. Now don't choose on our own leadership. Now we have the national elections. Again, we they provide, they make sure say we provide the same level playing field. May everybody go there, they go vote, who that they vote. It will be peaceful because Mrs. Sekefo did it. They then send the way, then they go through it, this and that. I think we don't grow now as a party. We for the set the example and make sure say when they say election, not to violence, not to cause. Make sure they inside the same party. I want to appeal to the leadership for make we all. The election is over inside the women's wing for the women's wing leadership. What do we need for do now? Now for here, we are going to need every woman in the Sierra Leone People's Party for come together and support Hawa and Rosamond. When you decline here or where you fight for go up, it's different from where you up there, where you try for maintain stability. So we're not the big one then, and every other person, then inflammatory statement. It's not easy for lost election. It's not easy for lost election. That person now I wounded leopard already. No joke. Any election, however big or small, not to a very pleasant experience. So we will not go at rock paper day again. By certain statesmen, that election is over. This is democracy. Now that make yesterday, now me tell and say, now one box to the team up. Before everybody in Yai. Now they the opener, now they will the vote. The only secrecy, now we they choose your candidate. That now the only secret, and then is universal around the world. You choose, and before everybody in Yai, so all the claims, all the pictures, all the theories where they come, nobody not get them yesterday. Before everybody in Yai, they boxed him up, when I all put on before everybody in Yai, they open and they call time. So now, when I go rest, if anybody been win, if we been declare any winner, na Kailahun, we could still go get the problem today. And that make a talk say it should be cancelled. Yesterday, you go grumble, you go long mouth. But you go accept say, maybe my delegate will not be fair with me, or I'm not being getting enough delegate there. So now this type of level playing field, we for provide. And at that I do. So I want to say a big thank you to una all for the way una conduct yourself yesterday. Where violence don't they come in, it's not easy for wipe them out. But I mean for toxic that they go pepper, we also been get countermeasures. We possibly believe itself may go outside the woman in the day, may go through a pepper. We not been truly think say we forget the kind of chaos we ensue na Kailahun. And I not been dead that net day, I not been intent for dead day. But henceforth, since other people they say they go create chaos, who say if you create chaos, you're not Slpp. You're a criminal, we treat you like a criminal. Slpp does not thrive in chaos. We thrive best when everything now according to the rule of law, because we are a rule-based society and party. So I want to say a big thank you to all of you. Of course, to two women then they get for officially present them na the national convention. We go make them officially part of the national delegates then. But I'm happy that the young man themselves choose the young leadership. Young man in there. I forget. I don't say who said that woman in there when I must stay. I'm not be need for us anyway. Would I invite you on Man in there. Anyway, I don't say when I did for protect them also. Thank you. Good guys. Okay. So, maybe I would just touch on a few national issues. We find for make we know.
I will tell God thank you for another beautiful, blessed day, Saturday. When December 4, 2021, we don't get, we tell God thank you because yesterday we sleep soundly and so don't get up today again as we don't move small towards the Christmas. We now the old year and they can go into oblivion as we prepare for usher in the new year. They ask Papa God for really he hold on to we so that we will see, the new year and whatever plans and resolutions they will get, we one hand all that over to him for he take care of them because we believe say when he do that go and may bring maximum success to him. This morning, Salone Forum where they deal with issues coming in analysis. Kutubu Kuruma, the writer and presenter, they come strongly condemn President Julius Maada Bio in the strongest possible term. Condemn him for the misuse and abuse of office, but in particular Jacob Yusuf Safa for misusing and abusing the power where they not get. State House belong to the citizens of Salone, and the only thing for the happen at State House now the work on behalf of the citizens. Nothing else not for take place there. No party meeting not for take place there. This guard Yaso, where the woman and Gap go there in a State House using the state facility for promote the party politics and every Salonean way actually elect that for condemn this in the strongest possible terms. You see, now the danger this way, President Bio not in charge of anything. Where you get a country where a leader not in charge of anything, now then TNI they happen. Naya will give APC a credit Naya. APC stands very credited Naya positively because one day for the longest time when we don't know APC, I not see APC people in the meet now government house them for promote party matters. No, they don't do that. Now they get party office. Inside America, the president Naya will never use White House for promote the Democrats, the policies. He will never. They not go do. When they want to talk about the policies and other, then they go to the party office because that place that the citizens can get up, not to party office, not to party office. Nobody, no leader in America, no go use the White House for conducting political party activities. No, it's not possible. The citizens are not going to allow that. So then kind of misuse and abuse of power, we need for condemn them. But the problem about Mr. Bio is surround himself with a group of people them where the only interest where they get for preserve themselves. So in a situation like that, then they allow the man every day. The man they make mistakes them every now and then. The man they make a mistake them because me strongly believe having closely follow for these 3 years now where they don't they in office. Waiting they do they actually they help the man for for help let he undo himself because there are a lot of things them way the man they do if then God then get the courage of conviction and fortitude and then get the honesty, the integrity and Allah in taqwa above all then get the patriotism. There are a lot of things them way Mr. Bio they do where enough for B than they enough for B. But they're not going to do this because everybody actually concerned about the preservation of in jobs. Everybody feels say if they tell Mr. Bio the truth, then go lost in job. And what seems to be the case because we get a co-president when I get for direct policies in the country. So the people then they fear the co-president more than the president himself. The co-president of the country, he wasn't a law. When he talks something, everybody get for that. You know that you are out of job. So now the predicaments this where the nation not find itself, where you get an unelected person, where you don't get no power, where nobody not get any power, but take up on himself, he don't become the leader extraordinary and plenipotentiary, all because of the lack of leadership on the part of Mr. Bio. This meeting where the woman and go do that, we also for condemn him in the strongest possible term, because what happens so that the misuse and abuse of offices, at the highest order, and I don't happen also. All this because of Mr. Bio, but again, like I said, particularly the one name where they are now, because the one name they're sincere and genuine with them, they go say, no, Mr. President, they not can hire. They can set an appointment where they go meet at the party office, when the president go meet them there. But you not go use state. What if another party one go use that? What if the APC people they say, well, they say one use that place for go highlight, the APC women they want use the state house? Would not go be morally justified for saying no? What if NGC one user, the woman they want user? What if C4C woman they want user? Would not go say no to that? That place now they call a state house. Now the sovereign nation of Salone now get that place, not to SLPP office standing, and not to an extension of SLPP office. At all not. So we believe in Salone. We where they put Salone ahead of any partisan matters. We for condemn Mr. Bio in the strongest possible term for misuse and abuse of the office. The misuse and abuse of office on the part of Mr. Bio stands really condemned. All this will happen because we get an unelected self-appointed co-leader where he fits it now he get the right for one Salone anyhow he wants. That now the dilemma this again at the country. We get somebody where they run amok. Now wait till we want to do. One day we will not see this. You cannot use this state house for that. Take and go now you party office, go talk all kind about jagba way you want to talk. But not use not desecrate the state house. But again, like I say, all of this, Mr. Bio responsible for this, as well as then people them where they around now. One such person is Jacob Yusuf Safa. Jacob Yusuf Safa not good for himself. And they already tell people them, this guy.
Professor, before Mr. Shilom, before you take over back, sir, I want to read Ajibu Tijan Dalo in thing to you. He said, Mr. Kutubu, this is not the chief minister's responsibility. It is the secretary to the president, Dr. Julius Sandi. He is head of administration of State House and the principal advisor to the president on public service and commission issues. So is that not so? The chief minister?
No, he get it wrong. Now do not telling they not get chief minister there, so he get it wrong. The chief minister now they oversee everything, so he get it wrong. When they not get chief minister, so the secretary to the president, one Mr. Sise will be needed. Control Sise is not responsible, but in the new dispensation, the chief minister now they all the report so like that, then for don't get the approval of chief minister, if for be that.
Okay, so because APC not get chief minister and Ajib will be part of APC inside.
That's right. They not be chief minister.
So
that's secretary to president we get.
My brother, okay, that is Professor highlights that for me. So thank you very much, Mr. Shilon, to you again.
All right. Well, yes, Mr. Rima. I think you may get something we want to comment on with respect to
I want to comment on these speeches of the two people. Number one, I go first to the First Lady, Mrs. Fatima Bio. Mrs. Fatima Bio, like I say again, she's looking for sympathy, in my opinion, if I analyze this, and I look for sympathy. In a place where we see video them,
We see video of police, then they inside the hall. But yet, Mrs. Bio claims say, he called the police them, the police they not make. And they make a list of people them, like how Professor say, Kutubu say, he said, we get a co-president. It targets the one that now where not been there, now inside. This is how I'm reading it. This is how I'm seeing it. And it targets the people that went down there now inside, forgets them na that blacklist. So he gets in list, but he say not go call the name yet, but throw the word to the president, yes. And the world, yes, for later year. This is about something misbehaving. You have been accused of bribery. 2,500. The first day at Kailahun, it was 500. After Kailahun, when they can do on a freedom the Thursday, they claim to say they accuse you of 2,000, which altogether comes to 2,500. There is nothing about health here. Before that, it shift the blame. It was not me, it was them. Now, them people yonder, I be the selfless first lady. I gave my life up. I gave all my security. If they want to kill you at the hall, they want pepper you at the hall, they off the lights by you at the hall. You dip and go. You then at the highest mode of alert now you life because you say your life they're in danger. But yet you stop now roads, people and call you. You pull all your security guard them. You say, when I go to the woman and they want to save their life, if not for that, let me die, but me they go without security. Selfless service, a class for you. But that's a class act to me. To me, it does not make sense. I'm not a lawyer, but if me a defense lawyer, I will broke this case down so. You understand? So you say you've been there at this highest threat level, they outslides by you, they be one pepper una, then the minister them, then about the police and they say they not go there supposed to secure you. So no police not there, but we don't see video them when police and all the people and the other say Fatima don't call him in talk them Pawio, Fatima don't call him police and Pawio, then they can't zig. So it puts a lot of people on the line. Right now, then a blacklist in Fatima and list, it don't make a list for them. Fatima Bio gets the opportunity for Unite the Women. From the beginning, everybody knows it is clear the soap opera was unfolding. Now the end of that chapter, they pass to the reality show. From the beginning, Fatima had a thing for Fatimata Salone. It was not hidden, it was all over the place. People were talking about it, the one that where they close, we were they far, where they see from afar to they see. And the way that she danced after the victory, it don't get for Duam. It not be for Duam, but in Duam, you know why Fatima Duam in Mio Yai and Mio analysis of this? In a dance that Fatima Sawane in grave say, I be talkam and I Duam and I don't take you down. Now me na the woman, I mean the last one standing to President Bio. What I say they happen. At all costs, you have been accused of bribing the delegates. You have been accused of all this stuff. So she danced. And the people are raw. SLPP, them from the man in the streets, one guy what they call Tilo, tell I make audio. Because I clap for them when they speak to power, what thing they happen. This man, they die for Fatima. This man, they die for President Bio. This man, these people cannot do wrong in this man's eyes. But yet this man came out made audio. People that love this family because of the claiming, because of Fatima Bio in behavior, has turned them off. They don't break apart. The Sofut raw. They had an opportunity when they do. President Bio said missed the opportunity there. Because they can scatter right now. Everything don't chaka right now. Fatima don't mix up, box up, everything there in this array. SLPP don't divide rights and Fatima Tawane say get your squad there. The other one they say for they get your squad there. You see people then they cry, then they say they're not gonna vote. Even there is a guy that is always on VOS. When they write, but we say we are APC. What will they talk on the wrongs of the things that they do? He said 2023, let APC put the best candidate forward. This is an opportunity for opposition. For stepping, because right now they are fighting each other. But every side, the opposition said, the main opposition, they said they can fight. The small one, the way they say that they make group, but no one puts their head together. Who that will be the next president of Sierra Leone? Fatima Bio don't nail the coffin. It don't give Mother Bio difficult time for them win election. Because a whole bunch of what will be happening for when they select Samua Kamara, where some of the other people break away, where the people then get grievance against Aneskoma, then pull down Aneskoma, then go to the other side. This seems like the same play now in they can take place back again because Fatima has handed Mother Bio to the opposition. That is how I see it. And also, I see the avoidance for call Sawane in name. When you lose, when somebody lose, even though if the person not gracious enough for be present, what you will say, you know, I tell thank you to the outgoing woman's leader. There's an outgoing woman's leader. Acknowledge her. For make a peace in other people, they say at least then they acknowledge her. But it was like she was invisible, like she was invisible, like she's not there, like there's nobody, like the name has been erased. No, the fact of the matter that will never change, she was former women's leader of the SLPP. So therefore, they've been designed for say, I said thank you. So even Sawaneno there, I said when he called the other Fatimata, whatever the other woman name. If I may even say, you know, I even said thank you and congratulations, and I call on all the women there. You know, even with the Madam Fatimata Sawane, even though he lost, but she has served our party. So I'm calling on all these people to come aboard. Unless we can't heal, but it was avoidance. I saw avoidance right there. That was a missed opportunity to unite and appease the people that are hurt and disappointed. But I didn't see it play. I saw a blacklist. I saw Fatima Bio trying to gain sympathy because it was like a small big, hey, Mama, I don't do this. But therefore tell you this. He had to, you hear Fatima in voice. He had to, Fatima, when a tower lady, strong lady, when they talk, everything they shake. She's an actress. I'm sorry. Because when you don't own what you do that is wrong, when you don't fix yourself, because you are turning the mirror to the other side, you are not seeing yourself. Turn the mirror to you and examine yourself and fix yourself. And that is what she's not doing. And if you don't do that, you will continue with that same destructive path. It is like a train that we don't lose in track, we don't lose brake. The thing just go free engine. That's how Fatima is going. And it don't crash. It don't crash to me. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. And the other side of SLPP is coming because President Bayo make the measure for that audio they say. The national leader, you know, get support, you know, get good leadership. Now the content is tightened between Prince Adi and what's in the other one in himself. Putu will help me, please. Batilo Songa. It is that match that is coming next. And people say Prince Adi don't work for the party and Prince Adi is responsible for President Bio for win victory. Now, then they say they need new mind, new stuff, new alti. Waiting there for happen. Who that get for rule we country next? And the question, Dandy. We people them na Salone. We leader them, we party them, they all scatter, but will they be able to come back and unite? Will they be able to heal? It depends on leadership. Because then they kill person, war, then they do war, then they talk case, they don't. But let me see what thing they happen. Because we hear it, one mommy say, when woman they vex, God not near them. They say when woman they vex, where a woman is upset, God not near them. So na mion padande force. Because Nadande at the top of us, la lefa la pasa to na back la go na chance. But Fatima is very crafty. Very, very crafty. You know what they do. They sabi what they do. And it don't seem for careful what they do. So I'll pass them back to you.
Well, if I may just step in, basically, Professor Kutubu in comments, I tend to agree with the professor because party matters should be dealt with in our party offices, particularly matters of that type. I mean, I can see some insignificant issues where they kind of state house for me talk to the president. We involve party, but enough for be something the size of what you would just see. Speeches being given by the president and the first lady, victory being expressed by the first lady and the president, all pertaining to party matters, party fighting, nothing of national significance or national interest. So I will hope that irrespective or regardless of how the Mr. Kutubu present them, that the SLPP government to accept that as a very constructive criticism and try to avoid that. And I agree with the professor for say, it seems to me whoever the comments say not to the chief minister in job that one day, whether in job, but when you run government, to me it's like it's a team. Once you're not the minister of the team, or not the party, not the government, you know, say you go get for confine yourself to matters of the ministry where you the control. And like where you play any sport, soccer, there are different positions where people get for play. But you also look for weaknesses at the other part of your team, and you always go call the attention of whoever is responsible, or sometimes you even the goodie, even when not being asked, because you are part of the team. So the president wins, he wins. When the president gave a good speech or he make an impression, now all will get the praise. So I'm not so sure if we get for breaking down into who that actually in a job for prescribe who say the president hold meetings, who that in job for provide security. I think say if the chief minister is part of the team, even if they're not assigned, I make you pick up the phone and call whoever is in charge and say, hey, that's so and so and so, I understand. But don't you think it go look bad or it go look this way? I'm just throwing you on. I know they try to encroach on your responsibility, you know? Because if everybody begin for offer a disclaimer, everybody begin to talk, say, we're not to the job, not to the this, because the position different. And so that again just show me that the team is not together. And myself share the view, say the president sometimes, some of the things they may say or do, whether they get the best of advice that he needs. And then, of course, there are certain things that we say me are not too clear on where you say SLPP is about 70 years old. But then he also say they can't compare themselves to like the other party way though they longer. Well, I don't think any party, I may be wrong, the professor can correct me on that, but SLPP is as old as any party or political party in Australia, because the earlier ones them, like UPP, they have been long PNP, when Albert Mugabe formed that one day. They are long gone. They now die a long time ago. So they are
Oldest. I think
Yeah,
in
go
the talks
ahead.
are I think in the talks say they're the oldest party. So therefore they don't know how to behave. Therefore don't know
Yeah, but
say certain
if you listen to the video, not to show a frame, so I was kind of confused. You know?
okay.
Yeah,
I
well,
think
I
that's
agree. If that's what he's saying, and you may very well be right. I agree with him. That's why they should be. But I don't even think the age of the party should really matter that much. But I agree that should be taken into account. I think the reality is that government matters, na government matters. Party matters, na party matters. And then for make that distinction there and conduct the activities accordingly. But we take SLPP, the internal issues, particularly when we come to holding a conference of that size there to the State House. I think that's going too far. So I agree with the professor. But as far as the First Lady, everything, Ms. Fadima, everything you say is correct. I mean, we all need foresee an improvement in First Lady in conduct. The President talked about washing dirty linens at home. I don't want to even take a swipe at that because I don't know what you mean, but it seems like because certain things where the First Lady may complain about, I'm sitting here saying to myself, well, I don't think they complain they appropriate now this forum way with the talk. Because if you get complaint about certain police officers, they will not produce or not do their job, they not produce the security where you need or at the level where you need them. That's what that forum there for later complain there. I know so because public complaints of the First Lady, I don't think that's way for be. First Lady enough for come before we can begin to complain about insecurity detail or lack thereof. I think First Lady, if you get complaint, that's something of social issues. So I find that kind of strange. Maybe that's what the President, maybe that plus more. That's what the President was talking about. But the appropriateness of the First Lady, they complain about inadequacy of security, and then, of course, the inconsistency in terms of how Indian at the place till 4 o'clock. Well, as a matter of security, I don't think neither the President nor the First Lady should be hanging around anywhere 4 o'clock in the morning. I think common sense dictates you go in, you do what you get for do at the early part of it. Activities can continue, but the President and the First Lady should be long gone. 4 a.m. and to be the last person to leave does not tell me the First Lady was in any danger, because if she was, she would have been long gone out of there. But again, that